The session is yours, sir.
Thank you, Sabita. Thank you for the quick intro. So, I hope yesterday I had a very informative session with you all. If you have any queries regarding yesterday's, we can have it at the end of this session, like Q&A session. So now today I'm going to share you my thoughts regarding the DevOps as well. So let me know when you're able to see my screen. Hope you guys able to see my screen. Can someone please come? Okay, thank you. So yeah, today we are going to have a topic of technical insights of DevOps. So this DevOps is a word. In this word itself, we are having two types, two words like dev and ops. It means development and operations. So the development and operations means we developer teams and the operation like IT infrastructure teams are combinedly work together to make the application as fast as possible and as quick as possible. And the main functionality of the DevOps is faster, quicker, and the resolution of a bug fixer is a bug fixer. So all these are automated in such a way very well defined. It's DevOps is not an or designation or a culture in or else DevOps is not a position in the company. It's a culture. So wherein we or the operations team and the development team combine together in maintaining the application. So going forward, I will explain you how the DevOps has been evolved and what's the main functionality and how it's gonna it's happening in the current scenario in in our IT infrastructure. So what is DevOps? DevOps is a combination of philosophies, practices, and both. It's been based on the organization ability for delivering the organized application. Like if suppose I had a team which is going on continuously developmenting in a development phase, so they don't have an idea of how it need to be deployed in an infrastructure side, and it's need to be available for the customers, right? So at that point of time, operations team need to be evolved and come front and need to be deployed that in their infrastructure side, right? So it's like a development need to do that, and infrastructure need to pick up the code, and it's need to be do the application availability for the global, right? So now what has happening is from the DevOps infrastructure, from the DevOps cultural in the organization, what it will do is infrastructure team will provide the capability of doing their application deployment on their own in the infrastructure. So DevOps will try to develop their own set of code to help developers to deploy their code within a single click away. So you might be knowing that it's the deploy code development is very hard and very tough. You need to go through all the logic, you need to go through all the business requirement, and you need to go through Scrum meetings. By all going this, deploying the code is also tough. So the goal, the main culture of this DevOps is to make easy comfort to the developers team to deploy their own code within a single click away. So I give you some basic analysis what I had made and what the company is following. I'll take you through that such a way. So what's the drive? What drives the need for DevOps? So before that there was no DevOps. It was like 7 or 8 years before there was no DevOps. It has been evolved recently. So what makes the need for the DevOps? So the DevOps, why it has been needed? So before that there was lack of collaboration between the dev and operations team. So they what have been doing is they will make some meetings at once in a month or what. Based on we'll have scrum meetings on sprints. A sprint means it will be having for 2 weeks. The 2 week sprint, they will have some logic to develop or business requirement to develop. So once the business requirement is developed, they in between this development of logic, what they had been scrum or the sprint, operations won't know and develop what development will do their development. So there will be some lack of communication between them. And also sometimes we just need to deploy the code immediately, so for bug fixing, right? I mean, you will find some bug. As a customer, I found that some of my transactions, like my ATM card is not working. It has been done or it has been happened due to the recent deployment which has been happened. So we found that some of the developers has been found that this particular deployment which has been happened yesterday caused this bug. So this has been intermittently causing the issue which has been affecting our transactions. So what they will do is this need to be done immediately. So before 10 years or 6 years or 7 years before, the bug fixing was a major issue. So it's not been done immediately. So likewise, it has been happening. So there was no communication between these two. I mean, usually the communication will be happening, but the business logical communication won't be happening between these two teams. So this is also one of the major necessity for happening this DevOps. And also there will be some lot of pressures. So I mean, as a customer, we might raise some concerns from our end on usage of these applications, right? So that will concerns will go to the business unit of the particular organizations. The particular organization, what it will do is the business units will go through all our concerns and will try to get the facilities or features in the application by sharing this concerns to the developers or developer leads. So what it will do is they will do that, and it will be continuous process, and we are it need to be very quick and fast. And also the user experience. So as an application, the software main purpose is the user experience. So if the user is not very well versed with the experience, so the company is not going to happen, right? And also, as we see the we before let us assume 2014 before, what is the functionalities of what is the major uses of mobile devices? So the mobile smartphone era has been started from 2012. So if you see here, before 2012, we are having all Nokia C2, C1110, all like these phones. We don't use the functionality or mobile internet functionality in such phones, right? So it was a like 2G phone. We just see what on the browse. It's like minimal usage of internet between 2012. Now the world is in your phone. You can see whatever you want. You can get whatever you want within a few time of. Few clicks away. It's just a few clicks away with you get whatever you want, right? So this increase in mobile phones and the increases in cloud-based applications. So before I told you, right, yesterday we had to know how the cloud has been evolved. So you with the matter of all these concerns, and also the main function concern for the organization is whenever you are going for a particular initiative, or whenever you're trying to go for a particular launching of an application, the main purpose and it's also a main purpose, the business also will look out for the cost. So they will have some budget for this particular platform or an application. They will calculate based on those, and based on that they will try to launch the application. If it's they are saying that this application budget is going beyond the expectations, they will try to postpone this application launching, because the budget and the application launch will never match. I had seen these particular scenarios in my experience. So whenever these are matched, then only we are good to go. So for matching, for to equalize all these concerns, the DevOps has been evolved, right? You might got some other questions, or you might some of you, did you got understood what I'm saying? What is the needs for DevOps? Okay. So the drive for DevOps. So this is the comms model. Comms model. This looks like calm, but on the back end side, it's never be calm in the industry. So there will be always a bunch of emails and tons of uh, all business criteria will be going on calm. So they will first, what it will do is the development cycle. You might be aware of the development cycle, but in this the development cycle, what it will do is the agility model. So they will follow the development team, they follow their agility model, but on to support their agility model, so we need to ready with our infrastructure, right? So for that, we as a cultural comms, we follow the comms model, like cultural for as a DevOps, we follow this particular model. Like we need to get that particular once this DevOps culture has been evolved, what we just do is we'll have some initial meetings with this developer teams. So we just get that requirement before that. So based on that, we'll be ready with our requirement. So we'll just check with the culture what is the changes which has been going on with that, and also we'll try to automate whatever the things which has been possible from in our way. So this is the DevOps. As a DevOps engineer, we'll do what are the infrastructure as a code. We'll develop things from our end, and also we'll focus on the value of end users, the lead. So the focus on value of end user means we'll try to calculate our own scenario of the application deployment. So from that, we'll try to rise our new infrastructure from that assumptions which had been calculation which has been made, and also measure everything. Like, so you just not sit idle, right? So you, if you had made deployment, just today go for yesterday's deployment. What are the applications issue? If you had any issues, go for issues what have been faced. If not, if there is no issues, then go for the what is the success rate of this deployment. Just go for it, whether the feature which has been introduced is able to access by all or not, whether there is any customer requirement. So try to measure everything and show improvement. So it will show us by showing the improvement, what it will do, it will lead to the user will get their own experience. The user experience will be increased. By this, what it will do is the particular what we say, the particular rapid popularity has been increased for this particular application which has been going on. Like if you see here, there is sometimes some apps which has been popular very well in overnight as well, the Swiggy or Zomato. If you see the Swiggy last time or the Zomato, their share value has been increased within about time. So likewise, it will be happening. So these all will be depend on the culture which we follow inside the organization. So this all matters in the user experience which we are giving. So the main functionality and the main objective of the DevOps engineer is to focus on the user experience. If not, that's you will be held within the organization. Like, that's one thing. That's a negative part. We just not talk about the negative part right here. And sharing. So I told you, right? So this DevOps main functionality or the DevOps main objective is internal. This is an internal objective. So you just need to collaborate and communicate with the teams. What if it's not happened, DevOps won't know what developers is doing, and developers won't know what DevOps is doing. So it should be a continuous communication. It should be happen. So this comms model is based on that. And also this might be interesting picture. So this might be interesting picture which you have been seeing. So this is the life cycle of DevOps. So if you see here, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, and monitor. So then again, plan. I told you, right? First, we based on the requirement, we just need to plan our logic, and we just need to share make some plans for this particular financial year or fiscal year. So in this culture, based on this, what will happen is DevOps has been introduced in particular fiscal year culture. Like we'll be having 4 quarters inside the company. You might be knowing that, some of you. So what we'll do is we'll plan based on this DevOps functionality, what they will do is they will plan the particular logic what they're going to develop, and then they will share it to the particular teams. So developer teams. So the developer teams will code their logic based on their sprints, what have been what have they have been made. So they will try to finish their business logic within the sprints based on their allocations by the business units. So there will be certain types of there will be certain type of deadlines and everything. So those need to be matched and those need to be done within this. So for making this code, once the code has been developed, right, it will be in the local, right? So from local to it need to be shared to Git. So the Git is a main source of it's a version control system wherein it will maintain all type of versions of our code. So yesterday you had released some version, and last month you had released some version of code. So those all types of code will be maintained in particular versions, and those all will be maintained very, very, very keen, and it needs to be very, very clear. So the Git will be used for that particular maintaining the code. And Jira is a particular type of allocating the tasks. So if suppose I had in a company, there will be for a manager there will be under a manager there will be a lot of 10 people or 13 people. So a manager can't be able to remember the particular task which has been assigned to a particular associate. So for maintain, and also the track, if a manager is able to remember, but we can't able to track the particular what a associate developer has been doing on. So for to track that particular associate work and to track the particular improvement of the particular plan which has been sprint is going on, all this will be done in a Jira. So that the Jira is main functionality is to track the efforts of each and every associate which has been partnered, which has been in Jira. So it's a very, very useful tool. There will be some developments. Jira developments are also going on for improving the effort tracks effort tracking as well. So this is one tool. The main functionality is to track efforts of an associate. And sorry, the Confluence page. It's a Confluence page wherein like it's a notebook for in our hand. So in IT industries, no one maintains a hand notebook. We'll maintain our personal notebook to maintain our thing, but to segregate with the different logic of the code or else the particular base of business requirement, whatever thing which will be, the notes, the industrial notes which need to be required for every engineer, that all will be maintained in a Confluence page. So it is a page where all the information available of your project will be available in this. And once it has been done, we'll be using the build Maven. Most probably we are using Maven in our culture, day-to-day life in our organization. So the Maven which are using. So Maven, what it will do is, once the code has been built right, once it has been pushed to Git, we'll try to gather that information from the Git, and we'll try to build it within our particular system, which is, here we use Jenkins as a particular build tool. So in this build tool, we'll try to automate everything by making a particular process, CI/CD process. So once it has been done, we use Maven. And once the Maven is done, we will go with the Selenium. So once it has been built and the jar file is ready with that particular code which has been pushed to Git, we'll try to test that particular build. If there is any issues, the developer will try to fix the issue. So once I forgot to tell you that once a build has been deployed, we'll try to test it in the development environments. Later on slides, I'll try to explain you more than that. And also we'll try to go with the testing with the Selenium and JUnit. This might be knowing that, some of you. And also Jenkins and CodeShip or some release tools, which are deployment tools which are using for. So for release means it's the release functionality is, it will try to get the code or the logic which has been written or which has been saved in the GIF will be pulled from the particular artifact which has been stored on. It will try to make it get it into a local, and it will try to push it to your development environment. So likewise it will be happening. So all those things will be done using Jenkins, and once it has been done right, we just need to deploy it, right? So the deployment, so once the Jenkins, you just got the code and you build it. So you had everything ready, we just need to deploy it. Yesterday we had discussed that AWS thing. So here the AWS, based on our requirement, we had been acquired some of the resources. So we'll try to push that particular code to AWS machines based on our requirements. So Docker is one of the major major increment which a rapid growth has been happened within the recent times. This Docker is, what's the main functionality is Docker is to eliminate the virtual machines or the EC2 instances. So it will try to help us in reducing the cost, and also the it will try to help in of sharing the functionality with seamless transactions. So all this functionality will be available in this Docker. And also so backend, it will try on the backend the Chef, Ansible, and Kubernetes. So this is the configuration management tools on the backend. If suppose a user has been came up and asking me to this particular functionality is need to be installed in all the 100 number of servers. So with manually we can't go and install right. So manually we can't go and install a particular requested service. Like he has been asking me that this particular feature has been installed, need to be installed in a particular 100 number of servers which we are maintaining. So for that we can't go and install manually. So for reducing the manual effort, we have been using Ansible and Kubernetes. Ansible is a particular type of code where a configuration management tool, it will go and based on our logic what we had written in the Ansible, on the Ansible side it will use of YAML, the main functionality of the Ansible is will write the code in YAML. So it will be very easy for us to understand. So we just need to based on write the code based on the modules which has been defined by the Ansible. So it will try to collect what are the or information which has been shared in the logic, and will maintain some inventories like host inventories with the particular IPs of the particular concerned EC2 instances, or else a particular configuration which we had made. So all those things which will be stored in this Ansible. So based on that it will go and collect the information, and will try to install the requirement based on that. So once we had planned the code, and build and test each and everything which has been made till now, we just need to monitor. So I told you, right? So the monitoring is a key role for the infrastructure, the IT infrastructure. So all the infrastructure is depending on the monitoring tools. So this tool, we just need to be very well, need to get the insights on Datadog as well. So later on, if not today, I mean later on, I'll try to get in touch with you guys to explain you with this Datadog. This is the monitoring tools. The monitoring tool, what it will do is it will try to get each and every metrics of an instance of our infrastructure. So they will monitor RAM, CPU usage, and the particular service postman requests, each and everything. If suppose if it's 200, we'll be fine. If it's not, we are getting 500 issues. The system, the host is unable. As a manually we can't go and check, right? So each and every we'll be having hundreds of servers, so we can't go, right? So what it will do is we have automated in such a way to send the metrics of an instance to the Datadog, or else a Splunk, or else a Dynatrace, what are the tools which are using inside our particular organization. So this monitoring tools, what it will do is they will try to collect the metrics, and they will try to analyze whether it's this particular issue, whether this particular thing which is going on is happening correctly, or if it is beyond our threshold value, then it needs to be alerted. So the monitoring is also very automated. I mean, it has been increased in such a way that it has been automated in such a way that the advanced monitoring tool. So we just need to before 2 years or 3 years, we just need to sit inside of this monitor, and we just need to go through this Datadog console and all. So we just need to manually go through each and every alert. But now, recently, I had led a project to advance this particular operation. Like, we just need to sit, or we need not to sit in front of the monitor. We can need to use ArtificiaI, some of the tools to integrate with this, so you can go around anywhere. It just what it will do is it will pick the alert, it will send it to you. So then if it reaches the alert to you, then you can go and you can go and reach the particular system and check the system. So if not, you can enjoy your day. Likewise, the advancements are going inside the IT infrastructure. So this is a particular tool, DevOps lifecycle. So on the tools which you're using in. So till in this, do you have any doubts? Okay. So this is the lifecycle: continuous and integration and continuous deployment. So there will be the link which has been enabled between these tools, like between each and every situations. So there will be link, each and everything will be linked, if you see here, at any time. So not all the stages will be linked. Once at a particular stage, it will be linked to each and everything. So it will be continuous integration. We don't need to. So what are the main job of this DevOps engineer is to enable this particular CI/CD pipeline with all the resources which you had in your hand. So, and the continuous deployment will be handed. I mean, it's in the hand of the particular developers. So what it will do is, as a DevOps engineer, I will build this particular infrastructure and I will assign it to this. I will hand over to the particular developer. So the developer, what he will do is, they will deploy the code based on their logic, and they will do that. So in this development, I mean, you might be knowing this particular phases of developments. So development, what they will do is, it's a GitHub tool. Will store. I mean, GitHub is a mandatory tool. Not GitHub. GitHub is one of the particular flavor of the Git. So the Git is a version of control tool. What it will do is, what all the developers will do is, they will maintain all the code in that particular Git, and some there will be certain type of branches which we are maintaining in under Git. So the master branch is the main branch. The master branch code will be only deployed to this pre-pod or production for deploying the code. So once it has been deployed, it's a master branch, the master branch code will be merged from the feature branch. So we'll be having under Git, we'll be maintaining some a number of branches. So we can have our own branches, but it will be having a peer review to merge the code into master. So we can create our own pull request and pull down the our feature branch from the master, and then you can write on your own logic from the master branch, and then develop it, and then create a pull request to to merge this request into a master. So once the development has been done, what we'll do is we'll do a peer review. So the code will be reviewed. So for analyzing the code, also code quality and code console, everything, we'll be having a number of tools like SonarQube. Suppose this, if you see here, the peer reviews will be based on the tool. Security analysis and passing builds will be based on the SonarQube. So the code will be analyzed in the SonarQube tool. The SonarQube, if any issues will be the code, the SonarQube will try to pass on the information with the developer, or it will send an email notification that, hey, this code quality is not matching the standards of an organization. So please go with this particular issues which what I had found. So the SonarQube is a very intelligent tool. So it will try to cope up with the standards of our organization. So whatever we had been setting up in that particular tool. Once it has been matched, it will try to push it to the master branch. So once it has been pushed into the master branch, we'll start testing. if it's not matching, I told you, right, we'll try to pass it to the development team, and they will try to de-develop it again, and they will try to reanalyze their logic, and they will try to push their code again, and the life cycle is going on. Once it has been done, we'll try to start testing. And sometimes what we will do is the issues won't be found in the code analysis. Will find some bugs once we deploy this in our testing environment. So we'll do some rigorous testing. Security threats will be analyzed. Everything as an organization, as a DevOps engineer, we need to focus on the security. We just need to need to be focused on this 100% uptime availability, and also need to be focused on the monitoring of availability, monitoring of system. So all those things will be based on this, will be tested in this QA testing phase. And once it has been tested in the QA, we just need not to be deployed to the other later environments as well. We just schedule some jobs to deploy that application in pre-production, like staging, UAT, performance environments. Like we'll be having a number of 5 types of environments, like dev, QA, staging, perf, UAT. These you will get used to this type of words whenever you entered into your organization. So this type of all will called as pre-production. So in this pre-production, based on the environment which are going in dev, they will try to analyze whether the code is working or not. And QA, they will test the code based on the user analysis. And from QA, if you are passed on to stage, it will be similar to the production. So I mean, we'll check everything. We'll try to check the load, we'll check the security analysis, and whether we'll check this thing. And in perf, it is like as it is similar, it is as it is like a production. So what are the instances which you are maintaining, what are the security which you are focusing on, it will be focused in the perf environment as well. So all those things will be maintained in this pre-prod. So based on that, we'll try to schedule some cloud jobs, load balancers, and availability zones. So once it is done, and once it has been passed successfully, we'll auto deploy it to production. So production is our major concern. So it will be before this, I mean, there will be some firewall for us. We just need to get approvals from our vice presidents, as well as from our senior management team. So the senior management team will review our code, the logic. So once they has been approved, then and only we just need to we'll go to the production. If not, we won't go to the production. So all these things is going on, right? So we also need to maintain the backups for each and everything. So if you see here, right, the EC2 instances which you are maintaining, for these EC2 instances, the backup will happen automatically for each and every 2 hours. 2 hours will take a backup. So this is the process of our CI/CD. And this monitoring tools, the monitoring tools which you are seeing here, right, these are the advanced tools which have been going on in our market. So the Sensu, PagerDuty, so all these things. So we can integrate Sensu, PagerDuty, Prometheus, Kibana. So in these tools, we are having some log monitoring tools, and in some tools are infrastructure monitoring tools. So if you see here, Dynatrace, Datadog, or Nagios, these are all infrastructure monitoring tools. So what these tools will do is these tools will collect the information of the EC2 instance, what are the instances which have been maintaining on the backend. So this will maintain the CPU metrics and all. On the Kibana, Splunk, and Prometheus, they will try to get the logs from the service. What are the services which have been maintaining? Yesterday we had seen some logs, right? So if suppose it's all 200s, it will be okay. 200 means okay. The 400 means there is some issue inside the server, and 400, 500 means likewise there will be some certain types of codes which we are maintaining. The 500 is the particular system service is not available. 500. So if the 500 error is coming up, there is an issue with the HTTP responses, there is an issue with the backend. We just need to, this 500 means internal issue. So it is servers. So likewise, these are the tools which have been monitoring. And the PageDuty tool. So this is a tool. This is an advanced tool which has been recently started following by the organization. This is a tool. It will give you a call based on the issue which has been raised. It is a wherever you are, the display tool will reach to you over phone, and it will say that, hey, this issue has been happening. Please take a look. So these types of monitoring tools are available in our market. So once these are done, thank you all. So till I'm done with my presentation. Do you have any queries?
Thank you so much for this wonderful informative session, sir. We really learned a lot about this DevOps. And for participants, the chat box is open for your doubts.
Yeah, thank you. Yesterday I got some few questions which had been unanswered, right? So cloud research has been asked by someone. The cloud research is also available. So suppose if you wanted to do any cloud researches, you can do based on the availability. So that's a vast thing. If suppose yesterday I had shared my mail, you can connect me over the mail. I'll try to help you.
Thank you, sir. And participants can post your doubts in the chat box.
Use of multi-cloud. So multi-cloud means it's nothing but what is meant by cloud is we are, if suppose what is meant by multi-phones, like there is if you let's assume that there are n number of flavors of mobiles are available, like iOS and Android, Windows, right? So there are some n number of flavors of mobile phones are available. Likewise, we can choose based on our requirement. We can choose based on our particular functionality which have been following it, right? So based on that, we'll use that particular mobile device. We'll choose for a particular device. The same way, we choose based on multi-cloud means we'll be having some number of like AWS, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Azure, um, as well as the Ocean, Digital Ocean. Likewise, this is some of the popular things which I'm Digital Ocean, Salesforce Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, ICP we can call it as. So these are also some of the multi-cloud functional multi-clouds. So in these multi-clouds, we can we can establish a connectivity between any of the two particular services. Like if suppose if you want to use the AWS and Azure, you can collect those both, and you can raise your resources, and you can pay whatever you want, and you just need to establish a connectivity between these two using the VPC level. So by default, we can't get the connectivity between these two. These are all their two distinct person who don't know them each other, right? So we just need to establish the connectivity. So the multi-cloud will be very helpful in going forward. So I mean, currently some of the functionalities are available in some cloud services, and some of the functions are availability in cloud services. To make use of these two services, we just need to integrate these two cloud services, and then you can get more function. You can get user survey. You can get increase the user experience, and also the agility of the business will be also be increases. Hope this answered your question.
Thank you, sir. So we're also having another question from Paranidharan. Sir, the question from Paranidharan is explain about the orchestration.
Sorry, I'm till now I'm talking on mute. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
So it's an automated. So the orchestration is about the complete automation thing. So are you able to hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
So yeah, orchestration is an automated thing of where configuration management and the coordination of computers, systems, and application and services. So the orchestration in this IT helps in easily to manage the complicated tasks and workflow which have been following on. And these orchestrations are different in our daily basis concepts, right? So if you see, the orchestration is a collaboration of multiple configurations, managing the configuration systems. So these are this comes in under orchestration. So the orchestration will play a major role in our IT infrastructure, right? So all this to be go in the same page. So we do not I mean we can't go out of that box to in a production for that. So the orchestration is a major thing which will be maintained in automated way of configurations and managing of the systems and the bit coordination of the systems as well. Hope that answers your question. How to utilize the data analytics is cloud. Okay. So the data analytics in cloud is, if suppose you had launched application in a particular infrastructure or a cloud, anything. So we are just made it available to the customers, right? So what the data analytics will do is we get used to that data. I mean, what are the users are requesting. So inside the application, what we'll do is we'll fetch some of the data. So based on the data, we'll try to analyze some of the tools. We'll try to analyze some of our we'll try to analyze it using usage of some of tools like data analytics. What it will do is, if suppose, let us assume that my particular transactions are for this I have NEFT and IMPS transactions. So let's assume the data analytics will try to help us in get the what the user is feeling, or you get the user's insights from their usage itself. So if suppose I had a data, particular I used to go, let's take an Instagram. You can go for an Instagram. There will be some like reels is there, search option is there. You can go to the home. So what it will do is, on the backend side, based on the hits which we are giving to a particular application, there will be a tool. There is a particular certain tool which will be having to collect the hits for a particular feature or a microservice which you have been deployed on. So the microservice, based on the microservice which you are trying to hit, so the company will come to an assumption that this feature is being mostly liked. So they will try to give some advanced features based which the customer has been mostly liked. So if you see here some of the features which are in YouTube or else the Instagram or also WhatsApp, which are seeing some like disappearing messages. So you are seeing, right? So based on the hits which you are giving the backend, the infrastructure, so the infrastructure will get some logs based on the hit. So they will try to analyze that. So these are all happening based on the data analytics. So as an user, we are not giving anything, right? So as we are not talking directly to the organization, so we are getting that they are getting this information based on the hits which we are giving inside the application. So uh, uh, that will be analyzed using the data analytics inside the organization. So based on the data analytics, they will try to improve more and more functionalities. Hope that answered your question, uh, Jyoti.
Thank you, sir. And the next question is, could you please clarify the security issues in inbound and outbound?
Did I missed? Where is this thing?
No, sir. This is from admin share. You got it private.
Okay. Please read out the question once.
Sure, sir. Could you please clarify the security issues in inbound and outbound?
Okay. The security issues of inbound and outbound. So before going to the issues, you just need to go know about the inbound and outbound. So the inbound rules. Say the inbound rules are which need to be allow us to get into that particular traffic about particular network inbound. So if suppose the inbound and outbound outbound means you just need to if the traffic is need to come out of that particular network, we just need to allow that particular thing. So these are inbound and outbound will be allowed based on the IPs. So we'll be having some particular, most probably in an organization, they will try to allow the outbound traffic each and every traffic of an outbound. So because we are trying to restrict our inbound traffic, because the inbound traffic is based on the ports and IPs. So if suppose let's consider I have an MySQL DB. So MySQL DB will and also I have particular application which is running on Apache. Yesterday we have seen. So this particular application Apache has running in 80 port. So if the particular application is running on 80 port, that particular we just need to allow that particular port only. We can't allow all number we cannot allow the all ports, because if we are allowing all the ports, we are giving access to the entire global to access to the global. So the global, anyone can hack your system and anyone can do that, right? So for measure of security purpose in the inbound rules, we'll try to restrict the traffic based on the ports. If a particular port has been allocated to a particular service, we can't allocate that particular port number to another port number or another service. So it's restricted to only one service. So and also we can restrict the port traffic also based on that particular IPs. So we can restrict that particular IP range as well. No one anonymous users cannot come and hit your traffic. You can restrict by using the IPs. It will be based on your hands, right? So if we had restricted this particular traffic, right, so the 80 port will come and hit your application service, and we can restrict the DB server traffic only if the traffic comes from this particular IP. So as my database need to give my answer to the queries from this particular server, we just need to request the particular server itself. So it'll be a flow. So once the inbound has been done, so as we have restricted in the inbound rule, the answer will be come out based on the inbound rule, right? So we are trying to freely go pass out the outbound rule. So we are not trying to restrict currently the scenario is following inside the market. Hope you had I had cleared that doubt.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I hope
Do you have any more?
everything is clear now. No, sir. Everything's over. And thank you for making everything crystal clear, sir.
Oh, thank you. I hope I had made clear. I hadn't messed up anything.
Sure, sir. Everything was so clear. And I would like to end this session with a vote of thanks.
Sure.
We are really happy to have Venkatramu Bandla sir with us today. Thank you so much for spending 2 days of time with us and for us, sir. You just made our AWS cloud, and today's session DevOps was really great. You just made our basics really strong. We learned a lot, sir. And thank you so much for taking us into this new world and encouraging us to this new path, sir. And participants, thank you for making use of this wonderful session.
Thank you. If you have, I just want to give you information. If you have any queries, you can reach me out on my mail. I hope you had my mail. If not, I'll share you the chat. Please use of it and try to reach out if you have any queries. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Okay then, team. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Venkatram, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation, and you delivered 2 days very excellent session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I'm glad to know that. Thank you.
Okay.